Hi everyone, welcome back to Physician in the Kitchen. I'm your host, Dr. Monique, a plant-based board-certified family physician and creator of the brand Physician in the Kitchen. I'm here to help you discover, cook, and eat delicious plant-based foods because my mission is to fix America's health one plate at a time. Happy January, Happy New Year, Happy New You. But did you know that January is also National Crockpot or Slow Cooker Month? Yes, it is. So, January is the month for new things, right? New resolutions, new plans, new ideas, new purpose. So, how are those New Year's resolutions doing? How are you doing so far? Are you still on track or have you already packed them away with Christmas decorations? Well, no worries. If one of your resolutions was to try something new or to eat more plant-based foods, I've got you covered. Like I said, January is National Slow Cooker Month. So that means today I am bringing you a delicious plant-based chili recipe that we are going to make in our slow cooker. Now, you may hear me use the term slow cooker and crockpot interchangeably, but don't fret. Crockpot is just merely a brand of slow cooker. So think of generic versus brand name. Slow cooker is the generic, crockpot is the brand name, but it all means the same thing. So today we are going to be making a chili that is literally chock full of protein, fiber, vegetables, you name it. It's so pretty and it's going to be so delicious. And then we're going to serve it with a little bit of cilantro and either some vegan cornbread that I've made or even some blue tortilla chips. So before we get into that, it's a new year, but we're still doing the old stuff. Be sure to do all the things. Click like, hit share, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on any of our plant-powered content. And if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Join our Patreon family. We've got some exclusive behind the scenes stuff over there, some videos, some exclusive recipes, and all things kind of just new and helpful for you in your plant-based goals. So be sure to check it out and bring a friend with you. So enough talking, let's get cooking. Today's all-star lineup of ingredients, and aren't they oh so pretty, is as follows. Onions, carrots, red and yellow bell pepper, jalapeno pepper, some mushrooms. I'm using some cremini here or baby bella, but you can also use any type. We've got some garlic, some chili powder, smoked paprika, cumin, and Mexican oregano, some veggie stock, a mix of beans, pinto, red beans, and black beans, salt, pepper, some uncooked quinoa. I'm using tricolor here because I love the added color that it brings. Some crushed tomatoes, and of course, some Physician in the Kitchen vegan Worcestershire sauce. Now, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I love one pot dishes. So that's why this slow cooker month is really right up my alley. And traditionally, I would like to kind of build everything in the one pot. But because the other pot is the slow cooker, I am going to use a skillet to go ahead and saute my veggies. Now, you don't have to do this. Some people put all their ingredients right in the pot, stir it up, and let it go. But I'm going to go ahead and saute mine because I think that just brings out some more flavor when you get a little bit of browning or caramelization. So we're going to add a little bit of oil to our skillet, bring that up to heat, and then we're going to add in our vegetables. And then we're going to bloom our spices. Basically, that just means to heat our spices in some oil. That's called blooming. And that with the sauteing of the vegetables just helps to bring out all that flavor that we're going to then build on top of. So again, you can skip this step if you want to make it truly a one pot meal, but I think it just adds a nice little extra flavor. So while this warms up, let's talk a little bit about the other benefits of a slow cooker. You can use it to make a variety of dishes from appetizers to entrees to even desserts, and it really does help with cleanup because again, you're using one pot. And the other thing I like about it too is this is a great way to maybe even clean out your pantry or fridge. If you've got some veggies that just might be a little past their prime, wash them, prep them, throw them in the crock pot. It'll all turn out okay. So we're going to go ahead and let me just test this. I like my skillet to be a little hot. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and add in everything but my garlic. Okay. And the other reason why I'm doing this in the skillet and not my crock pot or slow cooker is because I've got quite a bit here, and it's more than what I'd have room in my slow cooker to spread out evenly. And then what would happen is they'd end up steaming versus sauteing, and I don't want to do that. This is kind of pushing the limits here, but we'll be okay because these are going to give off moisture, and so we want them to saute and not really steam. So at least here I can kind of spread everything out and I have more room to work with. So we're going to go ahead and add our salt. Let that get going. And I'm going to give it a toss, and then I'm going to leave it alone. Resist the temptation to constantly stir. Sometimes you want to stir and keep your food moving, but in something like this where you really want it to saute and start to cook, leaving it alone is best. Isn't that just gorgeous? I love seeing all those colors. Because as we know, all those colors are the very beneficial and healthy antioxidants and anti-inflammatories that help our body fight disease. They boost our immune system. They strengthen our heart. They're good for the cardiovascular system. They're good for our skin, our hair, our digestive tract, you name it. So it's not only pretty, but it's also very beneficial for you. Okay, so as you know, as this cooks, this is going to release some liquid, especially those mushrooms. So we are going to just stir it just a little bit. The onions, the mushrooms, those peppers are all going to release, carrots, everything is going to release liquid, which is good, but we're going to want some of that to cook out. Now, the other thing about adding this directly to your pot, which you could do if you're putting everything just directly into the slow cooker, this is the type of recipe where liquid or moisture is good, but just keep in mind if you're making something like a lentil loaf, or meatloaf, you want to definitely cook your vegetables beforehand, because I've made that mistake where I put everything in at one time and I had a soggy mess. So keep in mind what your end product is, but something like this where we're basically making a hearty soup or chili, a stew, then the moisture is fine. That's the other cool thing about a slow cooker is it's wonderful for making soups and chilies and stews, which are really good this time of year when it's chilly outside. Now, if you have a slow cooker that has a saute feature, you can definitely, again, do this in your slow cooker, or you can even do it in your multi-pot. I am not doing it in my multi-pot because I've never actually done it in my multi-pot, and I'm not quite sure how it would turn out. I don't want to have to stop and release the steam and all that. So if you have a multi-pot and you want to use that to make this, there is that option. You want to use the button that says slow cook. All right. So these are starting to soften up. I'm going to go ahead and add in my spices. So again, we're using smoked paprika, cumin, Mexican oregano. Regular oregano will do just fine. I just like that profile for my chili. And also, of course, chili powder. So I haven't forgotten about my garlic. We're going to add that in at the end because garlic does not need as long to cook. Oh my goodness. Smell-o-vision. So in 2025, is someone going to hook me up with smell-o-vision? I just need to know because I need it, like, desperately. This already smells so amazing. This is going to be a really delicious chili. So, of course, I used to make this with beef or even ground turkey. So I'm so excited to be making this with a plant-based option with big old chunks of mushrooms and all these vegetables, along with the beans that we're going to add in, which is going to give it just so much more texture. And just, this is going to be a truly, truly belly-filling, go to sleep right after you eat meal. Nothing is getting accomplished after you eat this. So clear your schedule. You've been warned. So while this is cooking, a little pro tip, my slow cooker is actually heating up. Okay, it's always good to go ahead and just heat it up. That way you don't have to waste time waiting for everything to kind of heat up. It depends on your slow cooker, but this one has been warming up for about 20 minutes. So it's good and warm. So once everything has started to soften just a bit, we're going to go ahead and add it. So actually, this is kind of good now. I don't want it to cook fully because, again, it's going to cook longer, but I did want to just start to build those flavors. So let's go ahead and add in our garlic. Or garlic, just trying to be fancy. And we're going to just give that a quick stir for about 30 seconds until you start to smell that garlic. If you if you commute or you take your lunch, your coworkers are going to be like, what are you eating? What is that? So prepare to have some haters at work because they're going to be super jelly when you warm this up. Again, you've been warmed. Did I say you've been warmed? I mean, you've been warned. Your food will have been warmed. All right, I'm being silly. I know, cooking makes me happy, so sometimes when I get happy, I get a little silly. So sue me. All right, so this is warm, so keep that in mind as you're handling it. And also, too, if you saw my video where I did the collard greens, the smoky vegan collard greens, I showed you this nice little contraption. This actually stirs it for me, which is another reason why I don't want to use the multi-pot, because then I have to take off the lid to stir it and your heat is escaping. So that's one of the reasons why I like to do that here. All right, so now we're going to just go ahead and add in our vegetables and start building this chili. This is so healthy. This pretty much should come with a prescription. I'm not even kidding. All right, so now we're going to add in our beans. Dealer's choice, whatever you like. So yes, I add beans to my chili. So if you're in Texas, go ahead and cover up your ears. I know Texans, the rumor has it that they don't eat beans in their chili. So tell me if that's true. Drop a comment and tell me if that's true. But if you're a Texan and you don't put beans in your chili, then just leave that part out. It's okay. But for me and mine, we're going to put in beans in our chili. We've got our crushed tomatoes, because what's chili without tomatoes? You can even throw in some tomato paste if you want to thicken it up. We're going to add in some veggie stock and some multicolor or tricolor quinoa. And last but definitely not least, our Physician in the Kitchen vegan Worcestershire sauce. All right, let's give this a big old stir. And I will go ahead and add in the rest. I like to just see how much liquid I had before I poured all that in. My goodness. Can you see the vision? Can you see the vision? I can see and smell the vision. And guys, that's it. So now we are going to set it and forget it. I'm going to do a couple of shakes of black pepper. We're going to let this cook for 1 to 2 hours on high. So I'm going to check it back in an hour just to make sure my veggies aren't cooking too fast. This is another one of those recipes that you can make. You can double it, freeze it, or share it. I'm gonna actually give my parents some of this because this is great, nice healthy food for them. So another one of those meal plan meals that you can put in the freezer and have some at a later date. All right, so we're gonna check back in about an hour. All right, so I've got my timer going here. Let's go ahead and drop that down to an hour. All right, so then we're gonna go ahead and set this to start turning, and it will kind of start turning on its own in a few minutes and throughout the cooking period. And if I hit pulse, it'll start to kind of cook more or start to turn more often. So right now we'll just leave it where it just comes on after a few minutes. All right, we'll be back. Doctor's orders. Beans are the edible seeds of legumes, and they come in various types. Beans are a staple food worldwide, valued for their affordability, versatility, and nutritional benefits. They can be served for breakfast, lunch, dinner, appetizers, and even dessert. Let's look at the nutritional content of beans per 1 cup cooked and unsalted. Macronutrients. Beans contain 14 to 18 grams of protein. They are an excellent plant-based protein source, making them a popular choice for vegetarians and vegans. Protein is a key component of bones, muscles, cartilage, skin, hair, and nails. Fiber, 12 to 16 grams. High in dietary fiber, Beans support digestive health and help regulate blood sugar levels. Carbohydrates, 40 to 45 grams. They are also a complex carbohydrate source, providing sustained energy. Fats, zero point 0.5 to 1.5 grams. Beans are naturally low in fat, with most of it being unsaturated, heart-healthy fat. The micronutrients that beans contain include minerals such as iron, magnesium, potassium, phosphorus, and zinc, and vitamins such as folate, thiamine, vitamin B6, and vitamin E. These micronutrients serve many functions, including transporting oxygen in the blood, supporting muscle and nerve function, supporting bone and cell health, and aiding in immune functioning and wound healing. Other nutritional benefits include having a low glycemic index, which helps stabilize blood sugar levels by not raising the blood sugar very high after a meal. Rich in antioxidants, beans contain substances that help combat oxidative stress from things such as pollution, radiation, smoke, and others. And they are cholesterol free, which helps maintain heart health. Did you know that there are more than 400 types of beans? Commonly eaten beans include black beans, kidney beans, chickpeas or garbanzo beans, navy beans, pinto beans, lima beans, mung beans, adzuki or red beans, cannellini beans, and an honorable mention goes to lentils, which are technically a legume but similar to beans in nutrition and benefits. Beans are a nutrient-dense, versatile food that can be included in soups, salads, stews, and more, offering numerous health benefits such as improved digestion, better heart health, and sustained energy. Due to their low cost and versatility, they should be a pantry staple in pretty much every household. All right, so it's been right at 2 hours. We're going to go ahead and look at our finished product. I did check it at about an hour. Still had some cooking to do, but just look at all these beautiful colors. You've got the orange from the bell pepper and the carrots, the different colors from the beans, the tricolor quinoa. We've got some green from the jalapeno pepper, and it smells as amazing as it looks. Let's just say a word about this protein content in here, because the quinoa is a complete protein. It's got all the essential amino acids, and then you've got the protein that's in the beans. So who says that vegans or plant-based folks can't get enough protein? Look, I can't talk about this anymore. I just need to eat it at this point. So let's do just that. All right, everyone, it's time for the moment of truth, the taste test. But I did want to add, one other thing you can add to bump up the flavor even more is if you've got some dried chilies in your pantry, this is a great place to use them. What'll happen is they'll rehydrate during the cooking process and add just another layer of flavor. So next time. But let's go ahead and give this a taste. So I have garnished this with a little bit of cilantro. So you can see that there. If you've got vegan sour cream, vegan cheese, feel free, scallions, you name it. But I'm going to go ahead and dig in with what I've got now. My goodness. This is so incredibly flavorful. It's so hearty. You truly do not miss the meat. The textures that are in here, the flavors, just look at that. Just look. Look how beautiful those colors are. I'm having it with a little bit of jalapeno cornbread. See what I did there? Basically, this is my vegan cornbread recipe. Then I just added a little bit of cayenne pepper and fresh jalapeno too. So lucky for me, I don't have anything else to do this evening after I eat this, because after I eat this, I know I'm going to fall into a food coma, but without the guilt, because this is literally nothing but vegetables, good fats, good protein, good carbs, you name it. So if you make this recipe, please be sure to tag me at Physician in the Kitchen. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and be sure to join our Patreon family as well. The link is in the description. So this recipe is one way to enjoy National Slow Cooker Month. Stay tuned because we will be sharing other recipes for you throughout the month. And until next time, I am Dr. Monique, telling you to keep it 100, plant-based that is, eat well. Sorry about that. Hold on. I got this chili on the brain. It's so good.